Welcome to Tales Over Ales. What's Brewin? We're your hosts, Jill,
Jess,
Anthony,
Mikayla. During this podcast, we will be doing a power hour. So when you hear this sound, we will be doing a shot. Feel free to join us, but please do so responsibly.
Tales Over Ales. What's Brewin?
We're starting this podcast dark and twisted. 50% of marriages end in divorce. Mic drop.
Wow. That's really upsetting.
We didn't even say what the theme was yet.
It's not about upsetting everybody that's married. This theme is about relationships. Welcome to episode, what is it?
11.
11. Holy crap. Can't believe we're still doing this.
Wow, 11 weeks.
We don't stick to anything. This is the longest we've ever done anything.
That's true.
That's pretty good. You got anything else dark to get out of the way beforehand?
Lack of commitment leads to divorce.
So you're going hard on the divorce. Divorce is your thing.
No. And that's funny because when I started jotting down everything and I realized that I was just being really dark about it. And it was just like, divorce. And I'm like, man, I really should stop this. People's going to think I had a really messed up life.
I feel like you're very negative about marriage because Anthony has not proposed yet.
Or maybe I haven't proposed yet because you're very negative about marriage.
Actually, I
It's a
believe
vicious
that.
cycle.
I think it just love I'm very negative on. And it's funny because when me and Anthony were officially dating, I would always mock couples in love and all this stuff. And when finally I was like, you know what, I'm just going to say I love you to him because he hasn't said it yet and I don't want to waste any more time. And I was like, I love you. And he goes, I love you too. And I was like, well, why didn't you say it? And he's like, because you're always complaining about couples and love. So...
Oh, you were afraid.
Yeah. Because, one day, I was like, and she's like, did you know 50% of marriages end in divorce? And I'm like, I have to go home.
I have to pee. You're first. You guys have trouble sleeping together?
Who?
You and Mikayla.
No, I sleep like a log.
Do you? What about you? You do too? No complaints? See, I love my wife so much. I adore her so much.
Oi.
But as soon as we get into bed, it's like we're schoolyard children fighting over the blanket, right?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know how to pull up the blanket. A blanket's rectangle.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But when she pulls it up, when she gets cold, she pulls it up, and twists it, and then the tag's in my face. I'm like, every night we start with the tag at the bottom, then the tag's in my face.
Why don't you just cut the tag off? Then you don't have to worry about it.
No, because I like to know where the bottom is.
But there's no bottom. That's the point. The bottom's
That's the
whatever size
bottom.
on the bottom.
That's the bottom.
You just cut the tag off.
Well, you hog the bed every damn night.
You hog the bed. And sometimes I even get a little get a quick elbow jab. And I would never lay a hand on her in real life, but at night I'm like, oh God, I'm afraid. I might,
Wait. I don't know. I feel like the way this podcast is going already, we're going to get super drunk and not make the hour.
We're going to get super drunk.
Like,
and
that's it.
We're all breaking up. Yeah, we're all breaking up.
Podcast is done.
No, there are a lot of things that we love about our relationships, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's not only about romantic relationships. It could be about friendships. It could be about roommates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we got quite a bit that we could talk about. But before we get really into the lighter stuff, Mikayla took us down a really dark path, and now we're gonna start something a little different. Where, Mikayla, would you like to update us on the prank wars? As everybody knows, when Mikayla and Anthony picked Jess and I up from the airport, she was holding a sign out the window that said, "Welcome back from jail, Jill."
Yeah, it's on our Instagram if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check that out.
Oi. So, Anthony and I were on vacation last week, And we had to put our dog in a boarding place for 4 days. And we asked Jill and Jess to pick him up. Since we still weren't going to be home and our friend was going to be watching our dog Conrad for the next few days. So they picked him up. And I said, can I see a picture? Because, of course, you're on vacation for a week. You're going to miss your dog. You want to see your dog. Make sure he's happy.
You wanted to see a picture because you guys didn't trust that we were up. Because we kept getting text messages like, are you awake?
No, it wasn't. We didn't want the picture because we didn't trust you. It's because we've never put him in a boarding kennel before. So we were really nervous about that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So he's never been in one. We've never worked with these people or met them before.
Yeah.
So we were nervous about that.
We wanted to make sure he was, like, happy.
And then, and then you did not help.
So
That was genius.
Go ahead.
So I was like, hey,
Oi.
I was like, can you send me a picture of my dog? Jill sends me this picture of a beagle, which Conrad is, really wet. And I'm looking at this dog, and it literally just took me 5 seconds. And I was like, that's not my dog. So me and Anthony's in bed. Anthony's like half asleep. I'm like, Anthony, this is not our dog. And he's like, Mikayla, stop. And I'm like,
That's what I said. That's what I said to her. She's like, that's not my dog, Jill. And I was like, stop it. Seriously. By the way, I fed him. And he's up there. When is your friend coming? And
So then I'm like panicking because she's like, stop it. And I'm like, seriously. Like, and in my head, I'm like, out of everyone, Jill and Jess should know. Because I feel like Conrad's second owners would be Jill and Jess. So they should know our dog. Oi.
Oi.
So I'm like, I call. No. Then Jill sends me another picture. Because I'm like, send me another picture. She sends me this other picture of this beagle on a gray couch, which we have, laying down. But it was not at all Conrad's colors. So then I immediately call her. Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she answers, and I'm like, Jill, that is not Conrad. And she's like, are you serious? Oh my gosh, like, I'll
It
call.
looks just like him. It was weird he wasn't coming to his name.
Again, because Conrad is very like lean and skinny, and then you sent us this picture of like this dog that's completely different colors and like obese.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah,
like,
and
wait,
both
what?
pictures I sent you were two completely different dogs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so she was like, I'll call the boarding school. And I was like, do you want me to call them? And she's like, no, I was just there. He was the only dog left. Like, let me call them. So I'm like, okay. Because I'm in Virginia. There's nothing I can do.
Oi.
So she calls me back a few minutes later. And she goes, so I called the boarding school. And they said, do you remember that prank you did on Jill?
Genius. Oh, God. That was great.
And I was on the verge of tears the whole morning.
She's like, I just called my mom and my sisters.
Yeah. None of them answered, of course.
Yeah, so the time between when Jill sent us the first picture and then, like, we asked her for another picture. So between the time she sent the first picture and the second picture was, like, what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah.
So,
I
like-
was eating my breakfast. I was eating an egg sandwich the whole time.
Mikayla is, like, running around, like, the hotel, and she's like, just grab whatever you can. Like, we'll buy new stuff. We need to go. I'm like, we're, like, 7 hours away. She's like, we need to go.
I literally was like grabbing my purse. And I was like, Anthony, I'm about to drive there right now. Like,
She's, like, Googling
Oi.
lawyers, like,
Oi.
to sue the boarding kennel. I was like, what?
I was like, I will sue them. Because a dog's just like another child. So
Yeah.
it's like giving someone the wrong child.
Well,
Hospitals get sued for that.
He was super happy and he was fine, but you know, it was either that because I said to you, I was like, we gotta do something with Conrad. I know it has to be with Conrad. This is our chance.
Yeah.
And I was gonna dye him, but then your couch is new, so I was like, I don't know, maybe I won't dye him then. And then when you guys asked for a picture, right? I was like,
How does your brain work that fast?
I don't know, but then you're like, send me another picture. So I googled beagle on gray couch. And then when you called me, I was like, yeah, I'll call the kennel. And then I put the phone down. And she's like, Jess is hysterical laughing on the couch. And I'm eating my egg sandwich. Like, when are you going to call? I was like, after I've done my egg sandwich. So, there it is. Prank war's over, right?
No.
No. It's only just begun.
Oh boy.
What? Oi.
Oi.
Boy,
All right.
the longer I wait, the better.
Got me really nervous. Just do something already. Can't take it.
I'm gonna wait till you're sweating when you're buying me.
Jeez. So I did this thing on our social media where I was like, we're going to be recording this weekend. We're going to be recording tomorrow. Everyone write in, I don't know if you saw it, but just put comments, questions, topics, anything. You comment right here, we will mention on the podcast, right? So I put that out on Facebook, and then it went on Instagram. And we got one comment. Everything else was crickets. But we got one comment. And the comment was from my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. And it was to two pretty good topics. So I'm going to say, what do you guys think of left-handed people?
Oi.
Oi.
Is anyone
Actually,
here left-handed?
Is anyone in this room left-handed?
I'm
No.
ambidextrous.
That's
It still counts, I
not
think.
word,
Actually,
it's not
It's
how you
close, we
say
knew
it,
what you
but-
meant.
Actually, I would have been left-handed. When I was growing up, I did everything with my left hand. I ate with my left hand. I started picking up anything like pencils and stuff with my left hand.
But
My
then you get struck
mom,
by lightning.
no. My mom,
Like, who would have been... Like, you're born that way.
No, it's true. It's like some
You
people
can
try
change
to change it.
my mom did not know how to teach me
Mhm.
how to write left-handed, so she forced me to use my right hand
Yeah.
with everything.
My brother is left-handed, Robbie, and he writes really odd. Like, he has to write above the paper, so
Yeah.
his arm comes around and goes like above the paper. And when he was little, my grandma would try to get him to use right hand. Mom's like, let him use whatever hand he wants. But it was like, because it was hard. Like, I didn't even know that you had to have like left-hand scissors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
I did
they're
not even-
they're like designed to fit the shape of your hands.
Yeah.
With other hand. Like, my sister's left-handed, and she curves her hand like over
Around the top, yeah.
But her handwriting is beautiful.
Is it really? Yeah, that's
It's just
really
like-
weird. Well, it's so funny because my younger brother, Danny, he's right-handed, but he curves his hand around the top because he kind of got it from Robbie.
Oh, because probably like...
So Robbie would always
Just
write with
pick
him,
it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so he picked it up. So now he writes like above the paper. I think we brought that up last time we were with them. Then we were like, "Why are you writing like that? You're not left-handed." And he was just like, "Well, I got my writing from Robbie, I guess." So it's weird. Now they just,
That is really weird, but left-handed people are the smartest.
I hear they live the longest.
They live the longest.
Mm-hmm. So we all gonna die, and all it's gonna be left are left-handed people, and all it's gonna be left are right-handed scissors, and the world's gonna go to shit. Maybe. So that's the one topic, and then the other topic, which I thought was really interesting, was triple nippled people. You guys
Yeah.
ever see anybody who has a third nipple?
Oh,
wait.
Oi.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is a thing. You didn't. Well, it's because you don't watch Friends.
Oh, yeah, no.
Friends,
Chandler.
Chandler had his third nipple, and he had it removed. He called it his nubbin. And then as soon as he had it removed, he had no more jokes. Remember? He's like, "Oh my god, all my powers are in my nubbin," and I got it removed. So
I have a mole right next to my nipple.
He does.
Kind of looks like a third nipple.
Yeah.
But it's clearly, obviously, a mole.
Yeah.
Anthony is now showing us his nipples, which Jess says are the
Little
tiniest nipples she's ever seen in her life.
They're size of
Wait.
dimes.
They're so little, like popcorn kernels.
It's not my fault. It's cold in here.
So there you have it.
Oi.
Oi.
Oi, I sipped pre-oi. We just all celebrated our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, so Jess and I had our 1-year wedding anniversary, and Anthony and Mikayla had their 4-year dating anniversary.
Yes.
And so we celebrated our anniversary with drinks, drink a palooza,
Mm-hmm.
drank a whole case of beer, had some noshes, all that kind of stuff. So that was fun. But I think that we should, we're in exclusive relationships. So, Jess,
We are?
of course, is my one and only. Oh, Anthony doesn't know about
No.
that before. But that brings up my question. What do you guys think about open relationships? Oi.
Oi.
Everyone's
They're
looking
not
for-
for me personally.
Anthony
I'm not a
does
fan
not
of
like
it.
anything
I
like
mean,
that.
If you do it, whatever, it's your thing. But don't ask me.
Could you be in an open relationship? I couldn't either. I'm so jealous. I could not do it.
Fun fact. So
Oh boy, here we go. One time in
when-
high school.
no. In a past relationship, the guy came out, and I knew, but he officially was just like, hey, like, I'm bisexual. So I was like, okay, and he was like, do what you want with that information. So
So you wrote a book. What are you supposed to do with that?
So I went to my manager at the time, of course, and I was like,
Logically.
what about an open relationship? Like, I thought I would be like 100% down for that. I was like, I could do whatever I want.
Oi.
But then I was like, that's kind of stupid. I might as well just be single then.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Right.
So I was like, nah, I'm out.
Some people have like really success. Like that's an actual thing. People have like
Swingers.
yeah, swingers or thruples. That was on our show, Shameless Thruples. But like open, I think like Will Smith and Jada, they have like an open. At least it's been rumored for a long time that they have an open relationship. I could not do that. I would go insane with jealousy.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to know why everyone's breezing over the fact that Mikayla used to have a relationship manager.
You had a relationship manager?
A relationship manager?
You said you're probably used to have with your manager.
Oh wait, this is somebody you hired to manage your
I
relationship?
talked to my manager at my job.
Oh. Dick.
I thought you had a relationship manager.
No,
Jeez,
no,
you
no.
bougie now in St. Petersburg. Let me get myself a relationship manager. Oi.
Oi.
I don't know. I couldn't do open relationships. I'm way too jealous.
I don't know.
I don't like to share.
I would just be like, I'll be single then. Because then I
I
won't
don't even
have
like
my
open
guilt.
friendships. Like, I hate when you guys have other friends.
Wait, what?
We're exclusive. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
This is exclusive shit.
I mean, yeah, we are, but that's just because I don't have any other friends.
Yeah, that's fucked up. If you found somebody who is as cool as me who smokes cigars, you'd leave me in a second.
Yeah, but I have not, so I'm here at
Thank
this
God
podcast.
they don't exist. On a whole different level of cool.
Oh my gosh. What do you guys think is the number one thing you need in a relationship to make it work?
Trust. Yeah. I think trust is... Everyone says that, but I think that's actually true. I think trust is the biggest thing. You have to trust everything that comes out of their mouth and everything they're doing at all times. In my opinion. If there's ever a doubt or a question, it makes me uneasy, and then that just spirals into other things, you know?
See, for me,
Oi.
I would say communication. I feel like my parents' marriage failed because of communication, and I see a lot of more. I feel like if people were open more about like their feelings and stuff like that, then the more truth would come out. Whereas if you don't have good communication, then they're gonna hold a lot of things back, and then that's where like the lies come in.
And
stuff
then
like
if
that.
you do have issues, like, you know, because usually when someone, you know, strays or they're not loyal to your relationship, it's because there are issues beforehand that were leading up to that were not discussed or handled.
Exactly.
So I think I do agree with you. Communication is very huge. I know we had, like when Jess and I first started dating, you know, not everyone's communication style is the same. So it was like it's always like a learning curve when you get in a relationship to make sure you're communicating effectively with each other so you're resolving issues, you know, instead of just, some people just shut down. And I'm thinking Anthony does that.
What?
He seems like that type.
You know,
Right?
I tell Mikayla everything.
Oi.
I feel like our communication has been a lot better recently. So I feel like we're definitely communicating more. And
It's something that
talking more.
grows, right?
It
Because like
is.
I think you and I are a lot alike. Well, and we always say this, that you and I are a
Right,
lot alike, and Jess and Anthony are a lot alike. I am very easy to express my feelings. If I'm upset, you're gonna know. I can't hold it in. If I'm mad, you're gonna know. And that's
Yeah.
just like how it is. But that's also like, you know, when you fight, some people need, like when you're in a fight or whatever, it's like, I need time to cool down and then we can talk about it. And I'm like, no. There's no cool down period. We're fixing it right now. I cannot live another second without fixing it because I don't like the discord.
Right,
You know.
and that's another thing that's like so much alike with our relationships, because like Anthony will just be so calm and collected, and he'll just be like, okay, and I'm like screaming, and I'm like, no,
That's just-
I need you to yell, I need you to
Oi.
oi, to like show me that like you're mad and like you're just as into this as I am, because it's driving me insane.
No, I see. The problem is like when we have like a fight, like a real fight. Like I don't like to like talk to her at that moment because like the stuff you say is like heated and irrational. So like just think about it for a second and then we'll come back and like actually talk about it, right? Like, calm
No,
down.
I can see
because you
that.
say heated things in the moment that aren't real or don't actually mean it. Like, you can't solve it like that. So I do that, and then like I'll leave Mikayla alone for like 20 minutes.
It's
And then
longer than that. It'll
She'll
be 2
come
hours.
storming out of the room
Yeah.
after she told me to go away and kicked me out and locked the door. She'll come storming out of the room and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm just giving you a minute to breathe." She's like, "No, you come in there."
Oh,
and you
exactly.
like,
If you don't
like,
chase
you
me,
told
when
to
Jess
go
doesn't
away.
chase me, I get more mad. When I storm out, you should be you should be chasing my ass. Right? And then I come in here and I start to pick another fight with you because now I'm just angry at everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why are you wearing that shirt? The shirt annoys me. And, and then I storm out again. And then she just lays there playing on her phone. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We're drinking we're drinking a new beer tonight. It's a nitro, and you have to pour it a certain way. So you're going to hear the bloop, 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 bloop quite a bit.
Yeah, you have to hard pour it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was that close to the mic.
That's all right.
I
Everyone
feel
likes
like nothing should ever feel like a secret. That's why I say trust. Because, like, for instance, let's say if I had another female friend or whatever, and I go out, there should be trust that, there is nothing happening between that other friend. And, like, say, even with a male, too, it doesn't even matter. Same thing. But I think if it feels like I think if something feels like a secret to you, like, then it's wrong.
Right. Yes. Either you shouldn't be doing it or you should be talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. I am a firm believer in listening to your gut.
Oh, yeah.
If at any time I have a gut feeling or my body does this thing where, like, if I feel like something's wrong and I'm going to check to see if something's wrong, my head will get really dizzy. My stomach will really start hurting. And that's when I know I'm going to find something, and I'll find something. Mm-hmm. It's super weird, but I 100%...
Well, you must be intuitive. Some people are intuitive like that.
Also, on that same note, let me tell you what happens in our relationship all the time. I'll be at work in the morning. Mikayla will have a beautiful night. No problems. I'll be at work in the morning. Mikayla will call me and work, screaming at me, yelling at me. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't do anything." She's like,
Oi.
She's like, "No, do you know what you did in my dream last night?" I'm like, "No, I wasn't. Like, I actually wasn't there. That wasn't really me. It was you projecting me. So I didn't do it. You did it. What was it?" And then she gets mad at me for her dream. I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
She's like, "You tried to murder me in the woods in my dream." I'm like, that wasn't real. Like, it was you. You tried to murder yourself.
You know what? On that dream note, I've been having terrible nightmares lately. Like, severe, terrible nightmares. Like, every night. It'll wake me up in the middle of the night, right?
You eat spicy food?
Oh, does that do it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not having spicy food, but now I know I will not eat some spicy food. So,
You're not supposed to eat it right before you go to bed.
I tell Jess a couple nights ago, I was like, I woke up so terrified. And I was, like, actually crying. Like, I was so scared, so I kind of calmed myself down. And she's like, "You should always wake me up, baby. Always wake me up, and I will hug you, and I will stroke your head till you go back to sleep. Don't ever hesitate. You wake me up no matter what." So last night, I had a terrible nightmare. And I was terrified. I was, like, really scared. And then she leaves the vacuum. There's another point, but she leaves the vacuum in the hallway. It looks like the devil at night. So and my dream was about the devil, so I thought the devil was there. So I go and I go over and I was like, "Baby, I had a bad dream." She goes, "Mm-hmm," and turns over, faces the other way. So then I'm laying there with the blanket up, I'm looking at the vacuum. I'm like, I got tears coming down. I'm like burrowing into her back, and I'm like, baby, I had a bad dream, and I'm afraid of the devil. She goes, "Nah." That was it. Never woke up. And then she got mad. She actually jabbed me a little because I was burrowing into her back. So this morning I was like, "I'll wake you up. Wake you up no matter what. Bad dream." Mm-hmm.
You know what you should do on that vacuum? You should hang, like, an old shirt and a fedora.
No, please don't do that. It really scared me. I thought it was the devil. It looked like the devil.
Oh my gosh, have you ever...
It's the dirt devil.
And I'm not...
Cheers to that. That's good.
Oh my gosh. I'm not, like, religious. But sometimes if like I'm sleeping and I feel like I'm like half asleep, half awake, and I have this like really terrible feeling that like something's after me, like my soul, almost as if like demons like are around me. Do you ever get like that?
No, but I'm religious. You need to find God.
Tales over ales. What's brewing?
So, when I was thinking about starting this episode, I was going to be like, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about
all the good things
and the bad things that
could
be. Oi! And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that because then Mikayla's going to think it's okay to talk about sex the entire time. And,
Ooh. A little thing for you. 15 to 20% of couples are in a sexless relationship.
whoa.
My question is, could you ever be in one?
Isn't that just called a business partnership?
Isn't that friendship?
Yeah.
Isn't that roommates, kind of? I don't know. I think sex is important because of the intimacy, but I don't feel that it's the only thing that could fulfill me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I love sex. It's great. But to be like, well, if we don't have sex, I think that if Jess and I just stopped having sex right now, I would still be in love with you and want to be married to you.
Right.
Right.
You know.
It's not the most important thing.
Oi.
It's not the number one, but it is important.
I think it's very important because, and it's not just for the pleasure and all of that. It's because when you have that relationship with someone, it's more about comfort and it's where you're most vulnerable. So if you have a relationship like that, the communication's gonna be better, the trust is gonna be better, all of that. So I feel like sex is a big part of relationships.
Yeah, I think the intimacy portion of it is important. You know, you guys have any thoughts?
Joe's
Anthony and
the
Jessica?
Yes.
first person I was ever truly 100% comfortable with, so that's how I know I was in love, baby.
This is
If there were microphones between us right now.
Let's
Alright.
get it on.
this is where we cut the podcast. Have a good night.
And on that note, Mikayla, have anything else dark to bring us back down?
Actually, that brings me up to a good point, though.
Oi.
My point, one of the questions or feelers I had for you guys was, how do you feel about your partner sharing intimate details with others? Because, like, I know, like, for me and Jess, we're both equally as private and reserved when it comes to that.
Right.
We barely even share those details with you guys. And you're our best friends. So, how does it work with you guys? Because I know it's a little different for you.
Yeah. So I am also. How do you say it?
As well.
I am
also.
yes, those things.
Those things in agreement.
Am super private and don't like to tell anybody. I think there are like certain things in your relationship that should stay in your relationship.
Right.
Like, should not be told to everyone. Mikayla believes that she has to talk about our personal sex life in detail with every single person she crosses on the street.
Oi.
Well-
Listen, my whole thing is, if, say, a lot of people come to me with advice, and I guess it's because, like, sometimes I'll say, like, a funny story or something like that. So I feel like I'm helping others by being like, hey, that happened to me once, that's perfectly cool. Or, hey, make a joke out of it.
Which is helpful. It's cool that people feel comfortable enough to come to you.
Yeah.
To talk about it. I know for sure, like, if there was, like, a sexual issue that I had or something like that, I'd probably talk to you about it, and I feel comfortable about it because you've shared so many unwanted sexual details with me that it's like, it's your turn, bitch. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, you know? But, I mean, do you think that, like, because I know, like, you're very free with, like, your mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know that
Her
freaks
entire family.
and that freaks Anthony out.
Yeah.
Like, my mom just would probably prefer to think that none of her children ever have sex.
Yeah, I don't ever talk to my dad about it. Or
But-
anyone
Jess
in
hasn't
my
even...
family.
Oi.
Oi.
Jess has never even said the word sex in front of her
No,
mother.
I never said that
And she's, like,
to
62
my mom.
Yeah.
years old.
I talk to my dad on the phone, and I'm like, shit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But our relationship wasn't always like that. Now, my mom growing up, when I would do bad things, she would just know she has that mother's sense very well. And anytime I tried hiding anything, she'd be like, body check. And she would strip me naked and she'd be like, and she was very hard on me. But then I feel like once I moved out, it changed everything. And I was able to open up more, and then she opened up more. So it's just like a comfort thing. And then even like with my sisters, like we'll talk about things, and I guess like we're close. We're very close. But if I have like a funny story, I'm going to share it with my mom.
Well, Anthony was telling us that you will put the both of you on video chat with your mom as you tell her stories about your sex life.
Yeah. Well, Anthony will just like hide in the other room.
Yeah,
And
'cause it's super embarrassing. I don't want to look her mom in the eyes while she's like giving
just
her
defiled
details
your
about what
daughter.
happened last night. I'm like, what?
No, but I'll be like
Like, I closed the
FaceTiming.
door for a reason. Like,
I'll be like FaceTiming my sister, and my mom will be there. And so it's just like an open thing.
I can
Because
see that.
anytime I had questions, I would ask my mom. And obviously she would know because I'm asking her these questions. So it's just kind of like that. I don't
yeah,
know.
but then at the same time, like her one sister is the exact same way. So like, she'll do it with Mikayla, but like they do it like on video chat, so like it's on speakerphone. So like, it's
Do they do
it's
like
so
hand
uncomfortable.
movements and stuff?
I don't
No,
know.
no, we don't do it.
I walk away and put headphones on. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
It's only with some of my siblings, though. You have to pick them and choose them. But
Yeah.
I feel like I've been greatly more private lately, and I haven't been sharing as much as I normally do
When?
With who?
with my work friends.
Okay, so the people
Because
you
you
work
just started a new job.
No,
We're not there yet.
I've been at the same job for a very long time, but it's just because a lot of people quit, so we have a lot of new people. So
So yeah. So it's
Well,
new
it's funny
people.
because we always know when Mikayla's going to talk something about sex because she'll be like, guys. That's it. That's how you know. It's just a guys.
I'll be like, guys,
Can you
TMI.
know what happened?
But-
Yeah. Be prepared, but you know what happened to me 8 years ago on this day? It's like, oh, God, you're sharing too much.
yeah,
But that's okay. I mean, you know, you are who you are.
yeah.
I feel bad for
Yeah.
Anthony. It's not our relationship, so we don't mind. We're okay with it. We're cool with it.
Anthony's just needs to
Private.
get used to it.
Yeah.
So do you have any other, like, pet peeves? Oi.
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 Pet peeves about your partner. Let's air them out.
Anthony pretends to fart a lot. He'll make farting noises.
But he does it into your conversation, right? And that's really
Yes.
upsetting.
I do it to break up tension.
She's like,
It's weird.
Anthony, I need to pay the rent. He's like,
Exactly.
No, it's more like
It's just like as a joke to break up tension because things get awkward.
right.
no. He'll literally just be like walking past me, and he'll just do it. And I'm
Because that's the thing that like me and Evan started doing like together like, with each other, and then like I just do it to Mikayla, and so does Evan.
I'm just like,
What
why?
about you, baby? Be so quiet. I know that I have to annoy you. What are some things I do that really annoy you? Let it out.
Okay, for instance, we have a 2 garbage pail. I don't even know how to describe this.
Bins, 2 garbage bins.
Yeah, but in a drawer, like, right?
Oi.
You guys know because you live upstairs, but well, when I take out the garbage, because I always take it out, I
there's a couple wrapped
Fact
up
number
into this
one.
I'll tell Jill, can you put a garbage bag in there? She's like, yeah, sure. She only does 1 bin.
Okay. Well,
1 bin.
I use one at a time, and that also annoys her. Also, anything I do in the kitchen annoys her. I call her the manager. Here comes the kitchen manager. She'll be like, why you, but she won't let me load the dishwasher. All right.
Yeah, 'cause
You the manager.
You don't load it right.
But she loves me anyway.
You were like cleaning the counter, and she'd be like, "How old is that Sandy bucket?"
Yeah, seriously. Why are you using that dish towel? I just dried my hands on that dish towel from outside. Now you wash it all over the counters. I'm like,
Yeah.
Right?
It's from years of being
Oh,
in the
Oi.
industry. But, no, seriously, that garbage man, just put 2 bags in there.
But you use one at a time.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, but she's not
Who
gonna.
divvies up the garbage?
Okay,
Who's
but-
like, this one goes in the back garbage
Okay,
today?
no,
We
but
do
in
that,
her,
but we recycle.
Yeah, well, we hate the environment, so
But-
we don't fucking clearly go.
in her defense, she's not gonna take one garbage bag down at a time. She's gonna take the both of them and go it down. So why can't you just put 2 bags and 1 bag in each garbage
Well, here's the
pail?
thing. Once, if I see, like, if so, say I were living alone, I would put a garbage bag in the first one, and once that was filled up, I would take that one out and move it to the back, move the other one up, and put another garbage bag in, and then fill that one up. And then once they're both filled, I'd bring them downstairs.
But if you're doing the one, why wouldn't you just do the other one?
Exactly. Just do it at the same time.
Women, am I right?
Just do it at the same
Women.
time. It saves you time.
It does save
Yeah,
you time.
I guess so.
Jill, what about you?
What?
Boy,
Pet peeves. Ooh, where do I start? Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Since we're on the topic of garbage, before we leave real quick, do you know what Mikayla does? Because we have the same garbage setup.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like it's under the sink, like the cabinet like comes out. There's 2 trash cans. So like the garbage will be overflowing, right? Like completely full, like to the point where you have to like shove it down to put more stuff in. So Mikayla like will be home like with my son Evan, and then she'd be like, when your dad gets home from work, tell him to take out the garbage, and then she'll go outside to go to work. Like your car is next to the dumpster,
You do. You park right next.
and then I come home and Evan is like, Mikayla said you have to take out the garbage.
Oh, wow.
Like really?
See, and you know, you said you always take out the garbage. I would take out the garbage, but you do it sooner than I do.
Yeah, because then the garbage will start to put garbage in the sink.
Like we're doing right now during this podcast because both of our garbage bags are full.
Oi.
boy,
So my pet peeves. I guess it's really hard because Jess is so awesome. Yeah, she's so pleasant, and she's just so sweet and stuff. So I don't really have any, except for the fact that she is a manager in the kitchen.
a pet peeve of mine, of Anthony's, is he lets his hair grow out too much, and he starts looking like a mad scientist. And I'll tell him that he has to cut his hair, and he won't for a month, and then he'll do it.
No, but see, there's a reason behind it, okay? Because, okay, you guys can't see on the podcast, but I am completely going bald, okay? But Mikayla wants me to shave my head, but I don't want to do it,
Yeah.
okay? Hold on. Oi. Because I don't want to let go of the little bit of hair I have left.
No, that makes total sense. You ever see those old guys go to the store and they grow out their hair because they don't want to cut it, and it's grown out now to a ponytail that's out the back, but the top of their head is completely bald. You ever see those guys? That's who you want to be.
No, I don't want to be those guys, but I get where those guys are coming from.
Mhm.
It's not that I don't want to cut my hair. It's not that I'm lazy. It's that that's the only hair I've left. Like, I don't want to get rid of it because
Yeah,
then
that
I
makes
have
sense.
nothing. You know what I mean?
Well,
Does that
yeah,
make sense?
but I'll be honest with you. I'm no dude, but you can grow a mean beard,
Right, which is
still
beards
good.
are like
That's hard to grow.
right, and they're also like obnoxious and annoying and a lot of work.
Right.
I'm not
But
a
you
big
just
beard
don't
fan.
trim
Plus,
it or anything.
I don't like those big like mountain beards. I don't like
Oh,
that.
I
I
would
don't like
love
the look.
that.
I don't like it on anybody.
The lumbersexual.
Ugh,
You
don't
didn't
like
hear about that?
that.
Terrible. Yeah, that's pretty. That's nice. I mean, if I were into guys, I'd probably like that.
I like it short like this. Boy.
I'm gonna say I think that. Actually, I don't remember what I was gonna say. So, I think we're focusing a lot on the negatives, but how about the positives? Huh?
I love how you love me perfectly.
Oh, baby, I love how you love me. You're so thoughtful.
That sounds like a John Legend song.
I love.
During our sexy time.
Oh my gosh.
You guys put on music?
Oh yeah, we like candles, put on music. Listen, it's so much better with two chicks. Because we're both equally romantic. Mikayla will put that on you like, I know you already. I already know how you'd probably be.
Lavender.
Yeah, what's that smell? What are you trying to do in here? You trying to hide the smell of your shit? And then she'd be like, mood ruins.
And then like,
But for us, we're like,
I'll be going around like blowing out the candles. Like, you know we have smoke alarms, right?
yeah,
Oi.
Oi. It's like,
You know how many?
basically
You know
no
my
wax in
houses
it.
every year burn out like this.
You would. You'd be such a fucking curmudgeon about it.
No, I come in and I'm like, what is this? Roses? You want bugs in here? We're gonna get bugs. You're gonna pick up every single petal, or bugs are coming in.
Anthony, I think we should be in an open relationship. I can see what it's like. But no,
Open like the door.
I love that I
Which I'm
can
walking through.
just be as silly and goofy as I am, and Anthony will judge me, but he'll still like smile.
Yeah,
and, like,
honestly,
giggle.
that is the coolest thing about being in a relationship. The coolest thing when you find your person and they're your best friend at the same time.
Mhm.
Like, there's no replacing that.
Oi.
I can't tell you how many times a day that we'll be doing something ridiculous. I mean, seriously ridiculous. And I'll just be like, oh, thank God. Thank God she's here. I'm totally comfortable with her. It's so nice.
That's why I hate new relationships. Because
Yeah.
new relationships like that.
New
that's
ones
what
are
sucks
the
about it.
worst.
You gotta like hold in your farts.
Yeah, no.
And, and then you gotta hold the door for everyone.
Oh,
Like, hold
God.
your own door. I gotta go over here and fart.
Yeah. That was like the other night. I get in bed. I wrapped my arms around her. She goes, something smells like cheese over here. Then I said, is it you? She goes, it's in my area. It's like, oh, I guess she's farting up some cheese tonight.
Yeah.
But it's
Anthony,
comforting.
what's your favorite
I
thing?
was just telling Mikayla today that our favorite thing is when we hang out together alone, like just me and Mikayla.
Oi.
Oi.
Because I think that's like I have a lot of fun with Mikayla. Like she's funny, she makes me laugh. So I think when we hang out just the two of us, like I love that.
Yeah.
He
Oh, that
said,
is so nice.
when he said that to me earlier, he was like, when we're with other people, you're really annoying.
Oh.
But
Oh, okay. So
but-
this came after an insult.
No,
You never
no,
like do just the compliment.
no,
it's
it
like
didn't
you're
happen.
fucking
She's
annoying.
just making
but
this up as a joke to
No,
be
and
funny.
then he
That's
was-
not a real conversation.
and then he was like, but when we're together, it makes me realize that it's all worth it.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
conversation-
romantic.
That's probably something I said in her dream.
No, you literally said that.
And you're in trouble.
You literally said that after I was doing like a really weird dance in my see-through shirt.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I have a question. Do you guys feel that for either of you in your relationship, was it love at first sight?
No.
Yes.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Oi.
Oi, no.
Oi.
I don't either.
I believe in sexual attraction at first sight, but not love. It's not the same thing.
Okay. I could see that. Yes. Because the first moment my eyes set on Anthony, I was like, damn, come over here, boy.
And then you heard her say it like that. You were like, what the
I was
fuck's wrong with her speech?
Yeah, like you're 12.
She says her R's weird.
I was like you're 12.
15,
Like,
You're
Anthony.
12.
15.
Have I told you guys there's a really weird, iffy age difference between the two of them?
Let's talk about that age gap debate.
Fun fact. My parents were like spit.
Yeah, I know. We probably shouldn't have a pre-game before this one. My tongue's feeling too big for my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Mikayla.
My parents were 7 years apart.
Oi.
Oi.
And from a very young age, I had my mind set on I was going to be with someone older than me. I don't know why. I just always felt that.
Well, maybe it's because you feel like you're kind of an old soul in some regard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can hang out with someone that's 40 years old.
I've always found that to be about
45.
to be true about myself too. I have friends of a lot of different ages.
Yes,
I can have
absolutely.
very good friendships and get along with people who are way older than me or way younger than me,
Mhm.
and it doesn't really, as long as they, I guess there's like a certain maturity. It doesn't really.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a good characteristic to have.
When does your age difference become something that annoys you? Is it like only when Anthony mentions something and you don't know the reference?
No, it bothers me when he says something and he's like, "Oh, what were you, 5?" I was listening to Akon today, right? Oi,
Oi.
Oi.
jamming out, loving me some Akon. Mikayla,
Yeah,
you know,
No, you listening to.
I was listening to Akon.
It was One
wasn't
Direction.
Akon, it was T-Pain.
Oh,
Oh,
he's like, you know, you were in like 5th grade when this song came out. You couldn't even drink, and I'm like, Anthony. First off, I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, see, that's my point.
First
She gets all mad. She's like, "Whoa! I was in 6th
Well,
grade."
what month is it? Yeah. It's,
But he'll say like these little comments that make it seem like I'm so much younger than him, and I'm like, you're the one dating me.
right.
Right, but at the same time, I feel like like, I don't feel like Mikayla's younger than me because, like, she's very mature and, like, has all her stuff together. So she doesn't seem like a younger person.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what
I'm 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
Almost exactly. And there's no time that I feel like you're younger than me, except for when we talk about things that, like, have to do with, like, something that we experienced in high school, like Jess and I. Because Jess is 2 years older than me. So, like, if we mentioned something in high school, like a reference to something that was popular then, and Mikayla doesn't really quite get that reference, then I'll be like, oh, right. But that's otherwise, I would never, right?
Right.
I would never guess that she was that much younger than us. We have a very good friendship where everything flows. It doesn't feel like there's any age difference at all. I mean, even Anthony's 5 years younger than me, and we've always clicked from the start.
Yeah, but I don't feel like 2 years or 5 years is really, like, makes a
A
difference.
massive difference.
Yeah.
But 10 years, that's a decade.
Yeah, but okay. But then if you didn't see Mikayla or like hear her voice, and I just like described her life to you, like you'd be like, oh, she's a much older person. Like,
Yeah, I would think
she has all her stuff together. She's responsible. Like she doesn't act like a little kid.
Yeah.
I also realized that all of my friends, like besides the people here, like everyone that hang out with
All
work-
of your friends are here in this room.
Right. Okay. So people like at work that like, because there's people at work that like I get along with, and like people at work that like I just work with you. I don't really like you.
Oi.
Anyway, so like all the people at work that like I like and like hang out with or chit chat with them, whatever and stuff. Like they're all older than me by a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
You
they're all,
are
like,
you
in their
are a
40s.
seriously old soul
Yes.
though.
Mm-hmm.
You are a way old soul. Like you're older than
Yeah.
me soul wise.
Like, at
and
work-
I'm an old soul, right? I'm like a grandma. And he's like a great grandfather.
Yeah. And then like at work when like they hire new kids and like they're trying to talk to me, I'm like, go away.
Yeah.
Like, you're annoying.
He comes in the house for the power hour and his hair's all messed up and he's all grumpy. Looks like he just rolled out of a nap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, God, well, I gotta be here. You know, right?
Hurry up, mash is on 20 minutes.
I know, seriously. I need to have my Italian ice to go to bed. Oi.
Oi.
Tales over ales. What's brewing?
We're going to take a break from all the beer and we're going to spill the tea on the Past Less Traveled podcast. Explore some of the most interesting places, persons, and events that you never knew you wanted to learn about, with host Dan and the most soothing voice on the airwaves. Get passionate about history on the Past Less Traveled.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Dan Romagno, and I'm the creator and host of the Past Less Traveled podcast. The Past Less Traveled podcast explores some of the most interesting places, persons, and events that you never knew you wanted to learn about. Each episode is an information-packed journey into some of the lesser-known histories of the world. With episodes ranging from ancient Macedonia to John Adams' role in the Boston Massacre, you will surely find a topic that piques your interest. Each episode is 10 to 20 minutes long, so you can fit this podcast into any part of your day. You could find The Past Less Traveled on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any other platform you may use. You can also stay up to date with episode announcements and enjoy more history content on my Instagram at The Past Less Traveled, all one word, and on Twitter at The Past Less Traveled. That's PASTLESSTRAVELD. Tune in weekly to get your fill of some of the most interesting places, persons, and events that you never knew you wanted to learn about. And remember, we are all trapped in history, and history is trapped in all of us.
During our break, because sometimes we're not actually in our 20s. Most of us are in our 30s, so we have to take a little break to pee.
It's just Mikayla.
It's just Mikayla. Mikayla's the only one that's 20. So we went outside, sat on our patio for a little bit, and Mikayla locked the door behind us. And all four of us were on the patio, locked out. Nobody's got keys. Nobody's got a phone.
We're on the second floor.
We're on the second floor. Oi.
Oi.
This is the second time this has happened to us while we were drinking at this house. The first time was Anthony's
No,
fault.
it was not me.
And I had to call my landlord at 4 o'clock in the morning to drive here and get us out into the house. And this time, Anthony used his Mexican skills with his license, and he opened the door.
But there's something wrong with your door where, like,
Yeah.
it locks itself.
Because I'm telling
It
you.
never happened. Jess and I go out there, like, daily, multiple times a day. Never happens.
Okay, but I'm telling you, I did not touch it.
And then I thought maybe she was getting us back for the prank.
She literally was like, "Is this
part
a
of the
prank?"
So then I used my watch to text my landlord, and I was like, just kidding, we got in. He's like, yeah, remember that it has to be a certain way. I was like, our neighbors suck. That's
She
what
was like,
happened.
"It's Mikayla.
It's
Our neighbors
Mikayla
suck."
did it. Our
Yeah.
neighbors suck.
Which we live in the same building, have the same landlords.
Well, the first time you did it, you guys weren't living here yet. And Mikayla's like, hi, I'm Mikayla. I applied for an apartment. Thanks for letting us in. It's 4:30. Oi.
And he just sees like all the beer bottles. There was probably like 20.
Yeah.
beer bottles.
At that point, Jess and I were being real cheap. We were drinking Genesee Light. He's like, I used to drink this in college. I was like, dude, you're like 4 years younger than me, so thanks for making me feel like a dick. Whatever. So that's what just happened. So we're back in now. We're in our home, drinking beers, doing a power hour, and we thought we would play a little game because we, as you guys all know, we're very competitive. So we're gonna do a not so newlywed game. So we've given paper to Anthony and Mikayla. So Jess and I are gonna go first, and we're going to ask a question, and both of you need to write down the answer to the question.
Okay.
Now, I've given you 2 pieces of paper. Use front and back, so just write on one. Don't show your answers to each other.
Oi.
If you get it right, you get 1 point. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the first question is, what is Mikayla's favorite flower? And then hand me.
She's gonna cheat and change it though.
No one's gonna change it.
No
Hand me your
cheating.
answers.
No changing.
Okay, here we go. What is Mikayla's favorite flower? Mikayla wrote sunflower. And Anthony wrote sunflower. Good
Very
job.
good.
1 point for each of you. Use the back of
Wait,
this.
why does
Okay.
she get a point? Like she knows it's
You're
her
a
flower.
team.
You're
Why
a
are you guys
team.
playing against each other all the time? You're a freaking
Wait,
team. You're a team. You're
You
you guys
versus
versus us.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Here we go. Here is question number 2, but the oi is coming. So everyone pick up your glass. And
Oi.
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 Question number 2. If money was not an object, and Anthony could do anything for his job that he wants, choose your job.
Okay.
What would it be? I'm doing this like 18 words on that. Okay. Here.
Probably like so wrong.
Here's Anthony's answer. The correct answer to what would Anthony do for a living is own a bar. Mikayla's answer is podcaster / cigar person. What is a cigar person? And what do they do?
It would be someone that would like go and try new cigars and rate them.
Oi.
Oi.
So like a cigar smoker.
On a podcast.
On a podcast. Which sounds like fun.
I don't
So.
have my own cigar podcast.
Okay, here we go. Question number 3. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Did you guys say oi?
Oi.
Oi. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Question number 3. What is Mikayla's favorite movie? Don't look at her. She ain't gonna help you. Write it down.
She doesn't watch movies, so.
She's writing feverishly over there, so she must be writing some sort of movie.
It's
Okay. Mikayla's answer is 2-part.
That's not fair. That's
Mikayla's
not fair.
favorite movie is either 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight, and Anthony wrote Twilight. Good job, guys. Look at you.
I
What-
was wrong. I guess Titanic for you.
Ah, okay.
Well, you don't
2
live with
points
her,
now. 2
so
points.
You don't talk about a concept.
Oi.
Oi.
That's kind of bullshit. Like, you can't give a 2-part answer.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you gotta pick
no,
one.
I love them both the
But
same
you have
though.
okay. Well, that's hard. I get it. Okay, here's the last. Here's the last question.
Paper.
Yeah, on the back of that one.
Oh, there you
Okay. What is Anthony's dream car? Anthony's not even ready. He doesn't even know his own dream car. He has no dreams about cars.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I'm not into cars.
What the frick is this say? All right, Anthony, waiting for your. Here we go. All right.
go. I hope you pronounced it if you need it.
What is Anthony's dream car? Now I'm gonna try to pronounce it on my own. The Pugna Zonda R.
That's correct.
Okay.
What is that?
Oi.
Oi.
It's
And,
a Honda R.
Mikayla wrote Maserati Porsche.
What? I would never drive a Maserati.
So you guys got 2 points. Okay. Now I know you guys have questions for us. So take turns reading your questions. Mikayla, what do you got?
So you want to go 1-1-1 and do like
Yeah.
that, like sip, 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 sip.
Yes.
Zip, 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 zip.
You can do like that.
You want to do that?
Okay. Question number 1. What is Jess's?
Whose dress?
Dress.
Whose dress?
What is Jess's
And your cut
dream job?
Okay, so Jess stole my idea. And she says her dream job would be
Oi.
Boy.
Boy.
her dream job would be to own a bar. Jill says her dream job would be a bartender.
True. 1 point for us.
That
Wait,
No,
those are
that's
two
completely
different
different.
jobs.
Why?
Well, but I've been a bartender, so my dream.
Okay, so bar.
It's,
okay.
it's like bar
All
owner,
right.
bartender,
Give us the
same
number.
thing. Same thing, babe. You got it right.
Same
honey.
thing.
no,
1 point.
that is not the same thing.
All right.
You wrote all the questions. You just took over everything.
Oh,
But it's-
no,
whatever.
keep those, keep those.
Keep
no,
yours.
those.
Okay, Anthony, what's your question?
Okay. What is Jill's favorite trip you guys took together?
The correct answer is Chicago, and Jess put Chicago.
Woohoo!
But
Oh
you-
yeah, 2 points.
You didn't put the year.
She spelled it wrong though.
Doesn't
Who
matter.
did?
Me?
Doesn't matter.
Jess.
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it's just a handwriting.
We're
Do
gonna
that.
let it
She
slide.
didn't pick
We're
up my
gonna let it
handwriting and my spelling.
Also,
Do that.
you put Maserati
Yeah.
and a push.
So why did you...
So
Okay.
don't blow up my wife's
So you
spot
guys
like
got-
that. She's smarter than anyone. At
So
this
you guys got 1 point. Good job.
Oh, we got 2 points. Bartender and bar owner.
Next question. What is Jill's? Oi.
Oi.
What is Jill's ideal date?
It's
If
okay.
Jill could do one thing for the rest of her life, what would it be?
For a living?
Yeah.
If you could just do one thing.
Oh, like just.
Anything.
Oh, so not to make money. Like that's my
Yeah.
job.
Yep.
Oh.
Like Desert Island question.
Oh, well, what? Oh,
You can only do one thing forever.
Okay.
One thing forever.
One. I could choose one action to do forever.
Yep.
Terrible question.
These are very descriptive questions.
Oi. Jill's answer was kiss my wife, and Jess's answer was love me.
I will give that to them. That's a point.
Very good, baby. How'd you know? That's all I ever want to do in my life.
Okay. What is Jess's favorite show?
Yeah, she is. It's upsetting because I hope we're right.
So, Jess says the answer is Wentworth. Jill says the answer is Wentworth, triple underlined.
We win 3-2.
What? I don't think that math is correct.
Oi.
Oi.
Good job, guys.
That was a good
Good
job.
job. So, do you guys believe in astrology?
Yes,
No.
I do.
Here
And
he
ours-
comes, the
ours-
curmudgeon.
Our signs do not match, Anthony.
Your
Two.
signs do not match.
Yeah, ours do not.
Well, she's about to tell you.
Okay, so we all believe in astrology, but Anthony.
Right.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Oi.
So, the best girlfriend ranked from best to worst would be best. Pisces is the best.
Listen,
I
Aquarius
don't know
is
if you.
worst.
I don't know if you guys
Aquarius
know
is really
this,
bad.
but I'm a Pisces.
9 is Taurus.
Which is you.
Mm-hmm. And Aquarius is number 6.
I'm pretty far down.
Yeah.
As Aquarius,
I'm
we don't
9.
give a fuck.
Aquarius is not the best, but not the worst. Okay, so I'm number 9. Boyfriend,
Right.
You're probably number 2.
Probably number 1.
you're number 7.
What?
You're considered to be Mr. Know-It-all.
Oh, yeah,
I do know.
truth.
I do know most things.
He thinks he knows it all.
He thinks he knows it all.
No, that's not
But
true.
he don't. He thinks
That's
it.
not true.
You
I
don't
just
know?
know most things, not all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oi.
So I looked up at our compatibility between us couples, and the Capricorn and Aquarius compatibility is complicated,
Yeah.
but you're able to go the distance.
Right.
So
Aw.
basically, you want to learn from each other.
That's really interesting because every single day I'm with Anthony, I learn something new. And I heard that's one of the best things that you can do in a relationship because you'll never get bored. Is when you
Yeah,
learn something
absolutely.
every single day.
Sure.
You teach me something every single day, babe.
Yeah.
You are so smart. I always tell you, your brain is the sexiest thing to me.
Thank you.
That's true. I don't want to be with someone who's like the exact same personality as me. That's boring.
No, yeah.
I don't want someone who likes all the same things. That's boring.
Yeah.
You have to be
Oi.
You have to
Oi.
find like that median, that like balance between compatible, but also challenging.
Yeah.
Like I like that. There's a challenging aspect to our relationship. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be like we kind of push each other on certain things, or we think differently about certain things. It's nice. It's nice like that. It keeps it interesting. Otherwise, you get bored. Who wants to date themselves?
Exactly.
Right.
You know.
It's like I say all the time, like couples that don't ever fight, I don't trust them. There's nothing wrong there. I'm not saying you have to fight all the time, but it has to be in the middle.
Yeah. You have to
You have to
argue
have
or
fun.
disagree, but know
you
how
can't
to
fight all the
healthy-
time, but you can't never
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, because
Couples-
fighting is healthy.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know
If
what I
you
mean?
don't fight in a relationship,
There's something
you
wrong.
are done fighting for that relationship.
That's right.
But it has
I
to
like
be
that.
it has to be constructive fighting, not
Right.
violence.
Yes.
Not
No, exactly.
crazy,
not putting
every
each other
single
down,
day.
not over
Right.
stupid shit.
Right.
Like it's like you have to argue, and you feel comfortable enough to have differing opinions, which is good.
Oi.
Boy.
And
And-
you know how to like find a balance with that. You know.
Right. It's like those couples you see and they're like, oh, we never fight with each other. Like, one of y'all's just cheating.
Yeah, sure. No,
You know
I
what
really
mean?
think that.
Yeah,
I really do think
I
that.
believe it too.
Because if you're not fighting, like I know that, like if you're in a relationship and like if Jess and I were fighting, and I'm the only one fighting, and you just don't give a shit. You literally just don't give a shit.
Exactly.
That's it.
Mhm.
You know, you have to fight for it
Exactly.
every day. A relationship, no matter how good it is, you always have to fight for it.
Did you
Wait, how
want-
compatible are we?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Oh, shit,
We good?
imagine.
We bad? We good? We
Yeah.
bad?
Taurus and the Pisces are all about pleasure.
I would agree with that.
We represent the art of love.
Oh hell yeah, I agree with that. Go on, go on. Tell me more about
Please
how
do.
we're amazing.
Go in description.
I just, I can go on and on about us.
Oh,
Boy.
wait.
Do you guys think that because Mikayla has a lot of friends who are a lot younger than her, right? Who are getting married now.
Mhm.
Do you guys think that there's because I believe this way? Do you guys think there's a certain time frame that people should be dating before they get married? Because Mikayla's got a lot of friends who are a lot younger, like in their
Yeah.
very early 20s, who are they'll date for 6 months, 7 months, a year, and get married. And I'm like,
That's way
I'm
too
not
early.
okay with that.
No, that's a lot. So to give you some perspective, so
Oi.
how long before we got married? A year?
I was
gonna
say, I feel like it was like
It was about a year. But we knew each other beforehand, and we're
Right.
also older. And when you get older, you've been through a lot. I don't know why I can't read your lips.
You cheating on your husband.
There we go. Anyway, we knew each other for a very long time.
Cheating on your
Okay, now.
She's so
Okay.
proud.
She loves that. Yeah, she loves that. It's it's embarrassing for me, but whatever. We've known each other a very long time.
Send me
I'm
those
shutting off the
titty-
mic. Here we go. Here, shut off
Titty
the mic.
pictures. Titty pictures. And you
But also,
in a bag.
you're redlining.
Titty pictures.
You and Anthony are like the same person. You say something, he cracks it.
It's funny. It's funny because she doesn't say titty all the time. So when she says titty, it's hilarious.
Let me tell you something. You know what's funny? You know how they always make jokes about when you work in an office and you send passive aggressive emails,
Right.
Yeah.
and you send an email that says "as per my last email," right?
Right.
Let me read you this.
That means go back and check your shit,
That means
bitch.
go back
I
and read
already
this shit
said
'cause
that
you
shit.
read it
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
Let me read you this.
Scroll up,
Let me-
motherfucker.
Let me read you this text message that Jess and I had the other day. I was on the couch working, and she was in the bed playing Homescapes.
I also like to point out that as per my last is usually followed by a screenshot of
It is
the
a
last.
screenshot. Okay, so here's the text message.
Oi.
Oi, here's the text message. I go.
We're gonna cut this anyway.
I send her a message with the doctor's address for a gyno. She didn't make a gyno appointment.
Okay.
I was like, and then I haven't seen her in 45 minutes. So I said, because she's been in the room playing Homescapes.
Right.
And I go, I love you. call the gyno. And she goes, info. Right? So I go, see above message. And she sends me a screenshot that for some reason doesn't show the message. I clearly sent her, right? She goes, read messages in the screenshot. And I go, refer to my screenshot. And I sent her a screenshot of my message, and she goes, refer to my dick. Eggplant, eggplant, eggplant. So apparently she learned what eggplant meant.
Emoji.
Eggplant, and then emoji with an open mouth. And I was like, really?
None is all loose and not super deep like it was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. So I say super romantic things to Mikayla in the morning when I'm at work. Okay?
Only in the morning? What do you say?
I'm like, oh, I don't know, just like super romantic things
Give me,
like I love you, whatever.
What does he say?
I'm like, oh,
No, hold on. We're going to get a text message.
I said, oh, I love you, my little Amazon piranha. Right? and then she replies, I love you, eggplant peach. Like, really? Like, shut off Grey's Anatomy and come up with some shit. Like, that's ridiculous.
Hey, great job! You completed a power hour with us. Tune in next week for more trash talk with your favorite brute chachos. Follow us on Facebook for all the updates and listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Tales over ales. What's brewing?